Welcome back. February 14th became a date not just synonymous with Valentine's Day for us here in South Florida and around the country. It's also the anniversary of the mass school shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School. It is important that we acknowledge this day and the lives that were lost. In an effort to keep any community from experiencing what we did 4 years ago, a former local law enforcement officer has developed the CERA app. Here's how it works.
CERA allows staff and students to report injuries through the app at any point during an active event.
CERA stands for Critical Event Response Applications, and it's an active threat response platform for police, fire, and public safety.
I know that you worked in law enforcement for more than 20 years. Creating this app, I imagine, is near and dear to your heart when it comes to realizing how needed it is.
During my career, unfortunately, I responded to two mass shootings within almost a year. First was the Fort Lauderdale airport shooting, and second was Marjory Stoneman Douglas in 2018.
In that moment, was it like something else has to be done, or was it later after kind of processing and realize what could have been done?
Yes, I actually started my company before Marjory Stoneman Douglas after Fort Lauderdale airport because the communication problems we had there and the lack of visual capabilities and mutual aid between agencies just wasn't there. 911 and two-way radios were never designed to handle the speed and volume of information coming in during an active shooting.
How does the app work in layman's terms?
Police and fire are the main client. They're the center hub, and we connect them to an active threat response platform, and then we can connect schools, shopping malls, any place that there's a threat of a mass attack or a mass casualty event, active shooter, targeted school violence. And then those organizations, such as a school, have CERA app, which is an app to notify law enforcement of an emergency. But what we do further is we are centered in the response. Once we get that information, how do we handle it so we can move quicker, we can move faster?
So if my child's in a school, she can download the CERA app on her phone. God forbid there's an emergency?
Yes. So a school will have CERA, and they will have teachers, staff, in some cases students, on CERA, and they can start an event. When they see it, they will put out a mass notification immediately, and everyone's phone that has CERA within that organization will automatically transition to the CERA page where they can report locations of the suspect or locations of injuries, which is our most important.
Edward, how do you make sure that there's no hoaxes? Because we know, unfortunately, dealing with kids sometimes, that happens. So how do you prevent that, or how do you screen for that?
So we do train. One of the things we provide is we provide training before they even come on. And in our training, the two big components that we have to mitigate false alarms is, number one, you have to be on campus. You can't set an alarm off once you're off campus.
That alarm, it doesn't stop until each officer selects join or cancel.
Whenever you hit the alarm that you want to start an incident, there's a redundant question, are you sure? And that's to prevent accidental activation. And then what we teach them in our training is, look, you set off a false alarm. We know it's from your phone, and you used your biometrics, so we know it's you.
Right.
You're going to face school discipline. You could face criminal charges.
Edward, as impressive as this app is and technology is allowing for so much, does it make you sad in a way that we need this now? That this is the reality of where we are?
You know, it does. You know, we're building something we hope never gets used for the school side. We did build it for law enforcement and fire to use on an everyday basis to manage scenes, because it gives them a visual display for everything and being able to manage their assets on scene. But for schools, we hope it never gets used.
Well, as a parent with 2 kids in Broward County schools and the wife of a firefighter, I appreciate this technology so much. Edward McGovern, thanks so much for joining us here on 6 in the Mix.
Thank you.
Thank you for this, CERA.
I appreciate it, Jen. Take care.
Wow, they really thought of everything, right?
I mean, it's very impressive when you think about how it works, and the what ifs. They do have covered. The CERA app is already being tested in one Broward County school. Soon it could be available at more, not just in Broward. One important note that Edward did make is the app is designed to hopefully save lives if a shooting were to take place. But we as a community, we need to take a closer look at the root of the problem. He mentioned mental health, of course. This is huge. Reach out to our children, reach out to kids in our neighborhood, and hopefully we can prevent anything from happening like this again and never have to use that app.
Yeah, from your mouth to God's ears. We'll be right back.